Hey, everybody, welcome back to this week's show. Let's jump into it. Follow me on Instagram at The Jesus Show NTO, Facebook, The Jesus Show, not that one, TikTok at The Jesus Show, not that one, YouTube, type in The Jesus Show, not that one, and email me your questions, comments, and concerns, The Jesus Show NTO at gmail.com. All right. Um, so I was going to shoot an episode this past week. I was going to do it in Maui. And I don't know if you guys heard about what happened with the FAA and their computer system. Last week, it went down. And I want to say it went down last Tuesday. Are you still up here? Wait, did the computer system go down last Tuesday? Maybe Wednesday? I don't remember what day it was. Wednesday, okay. It messed up Wednesday. Oh, yeah, that's right. It messed up Wednesday not because we don't know what happened, but it messed up, and my plan was to shoot an episode in Maui, closer to the water, because it wasn't going to be that windy. And normally when I get to Maui, it's really windy. That's why, like, I've recorded on the balcony, which hasn't been too bad wind wise. I think the last episode I recorded in Maui, I had to do it from inside because it was just way too windy. So I was excited for that. And then we were like 4 hours delayed going into Maui. And when I got there, it was dark. So there was nothing nice as a backdrop. And I didn't want to record it in the room again. So then I thought, oh, maybe the next day. But then I felt like I was on a time crunch the whole time I was there, because normally I'm not on a time crunch. I don't know. This sounds really first world problems, and I understand it. But I picked up the trip because it was like going into my birthday, so I wanted to enjoy my Maui layover, and I felt like I was cutting into it. It just sucked. It was nice that I was there. It was nice that I got, you know, not a short layover, but it just felt like I told Allie, I got there and I went over to Time Market to get some food, and I felt like I was like running over there. It's like a 30-minute walk. And then I came back, and then I just ate, and I bought a 6 pack of beer. I was like, oh, maybe I'll have a little before my birthday drinks. And I had two, and I passed right out, which rarely happens, whether I've had two or not two. But I passed out hard. I woke up like at 3 a.m. and lights were still on. I had my laptop next to me watching Netflix. That was on. So I turned everything off and went to bed. It just, like I said, it just sucked because I was planning on doing like my normal Maui routine. So that was kind of shitty. And like I said, I was irritated because I was supposed to be off. It was my vacation and my birthday. And it just messed up. And I was like, that's stupid. So I was irritated. And then I realized when I wanted to, I was like, oh, well, I don't know. For some reason, I was checking my RSS feed, which is the site that I upload my audio, the audio portion of the show. I download it to my RSS feed, and then from the RSS feed, it sends it out to Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, Google Podcasts. I think I have like or no, maybe one or two other places that it goes to. So the RSS feed is where it lives, and then it sends it out when I tell it to send it out, which is every Wednesday. But they were having issues, and they've been having issues, and they just resolved it. I got an email today. They just resolved it today, as of I think like 2:30 Eastern time is when I got the email. So I was like, well, am I gonna rush to get an episode out for last week, or am I just gonna record for this week? So I figured I'm just gonna record for this week. So you guys, today's Monday, you guys will hear it Wednesday. And then I leave tomorrow for my Honolulu trip. I go, this is West Coast, this is East Coast. I go Chicago, LA, Dulles. I stay in Dulles for 10 hours. Then I go Dulles, Honolulu. 27 hours. And then I go Honolulu back to Chicago. The first day kind of sucks because it's not like a straight shot of flying, it's 2 flights. But Chicago to LA is easy. And then, I mean, LA to Dulles is pretty easy too. And they're all on wide bodies. I'm flying on a 777 tomorrow, 2 777s. Then I'm doing a 7.6, which I'm kind of excited for because I've never worked on the 7.6. I've worked on all of our other planes except for the 7.6. I've never been in that one. And then going back home is just Honolulu, Chicago, which is another easy flight. So I'm excited for this trip. And I picked it up. So I'm hopefully this one goes a lot smoother. And I do plan on recording in Honolulu. I have a couple places I'm thinking about, but I don't know. I'm not too sure. I'm not too sure where I'm gonna do it, but I want to. I want to give you guys a nice view, not just the background. I'm 40 now. I don't feel any different. I feel the same as I did before I turned 40, and then before I turned 39, and then before I turned 38. I went to go get my haircut today by my barber, Cyrus. He's really good. See my haircut? I just didn't do my hair. I do my hard part still. And he lined me up nice and clean. I'm trying to have him on the podcast because when I first started going to Cyrus, he's over here at McFly's in Crown Point. When I first started going to him and just talking to him, he has a very interesting story. And he's a very nice guy. He seems very genuine when you talk to him. And I'd like to get to know him a little more. He seems like a really cool dude. So I went to go see him today, chat me up. And I asked him, I think the last time I saw him, I said, hey, I have a podcast. I'd love to talk to you. And I think you guys would really enjoy hearing his story. So I'm trying to work that out. I'm also trying to work out some other guests. I know I haven't said anything about guests since my last guest, which I can't even remember who my last guest was, other than my brother. But I'm actively trying to bring back some of the guests that I've already had on, and I'm trying to get new guests. But because I'm the one that runs the whole show now. I had Allie help me out, but Allie was doing more editing for me. And she was doing all my video. She was doing my video. She was doing my clips. She was adding everything to my social media. Um, but now, because of the baby, she has to focus. I'd rather her focus on the baby. And I mean, I can do this, but it just sucks because, I try to, not try, but I go to work and then I do this. And then I try to I try to juggle all these things. Um, so, yeah. But because it's only me, I don't have a booker because um I mean I don't get paid. I don't know if you guys know, but I don't get paid for this. This is just me doing it because I really enjoy um putting out the show. I think it's I enjoy it, and like I've said before, I hope you guys enjoy it. But because I'm the only one and I try to, juggle all these things, it's been a little difficult, but there's some promising things coming down the pipeline, right? Is that the phrase? I think it's a phrase. Anyways, have you guys been following what Cristiano Ronaldo has been doing? So he left Manchester United during the World Cup. He did this interview, and I didn't see the interview. I only read and heard little clips. And he wasn't complimentary. He didn't have a lot of nice things to say about Manchester United, the club. Where I mean, he played for Manchester United for many years, had a lot of success, and then left. I believe he went to Real Madrid, went to Juventus, and then came back to Manchester United, which I wasn't a fan of him going back. I felt like he should have gone to an MLS team or maybe a German team, Bundesliga, something. But I wasn't a fan that he was going back to Manchester. He went back to Manchester United, and it wasn't the best. So he left, and then during the World Cup there was talk that the Saudi Arabia League, like I think it's the owner or the prince or somebody, I don't know, offered him stupid amounts of money. And when I heard that, I thought to myself, I hope he takes it. I hope he takes it, and I hope he gets all of the money. And it sucks because hearing a lot of the soccer correspondents talk about his move, a lot of them are like, he's taking the easy way out, and you know, his legacy at United is uh, tarnished, and all this stupid shit. Like, has Cristiano Ronaldo won a World Cup? No. Would I like him to win a World Cup? Of course. But it doesn't look like he's gonna play in another World Cup. But it's Cristiano. I mean, he's in amazing shape. So I'm not betting against him. I just don't think he will. But I mean, he could surprise us. But I mean, he's won things for club and country. Again, the only trophy he hasn't won is the World Cup. But I mean, he's an all around phenomenal player. He's one of the greatest players to ever play the game. So when people were giving him shit, I thought to myself, like, he's given so much to the game. He's done so much for the game. And now you're like, and I feel like a lot of the soccer correspondents that are giving him shit are the English media. And I think, are you guys salty that when you guys retired, you guys didn't go cash out somewhere? Like, don't be mad at the guy. And we don't know. I mean, I've never seen the Saudi league. I don't know what kind of competition they have. I don't know what level they're at, but I think the guy from Senegal, I think it's from Senegal. one of their forwards, he's going to be playing up top with Cristiano Ronaldo, and that guy was really good. His talent was on display at the World Cup, and to be very dismissive before you even know anything about the league, I think it's fucked up. And I think it's fucked up that so many people are disrespecting Cristiano just because he's playing somewhere else. Like I remember when Beckham came to MLS, and a lot of the media in Spain, because David Beckham went from Real Madrid to the LA Galaxy, they were giving him shit. They were like, "Yeah, he's going to for a cakewalk. He's just cashing in." And the English media was like, "Oh, he's going over there. That's dumb." And then he came over and he won what? He won 2 MLS Cups. And people started going, "Oh, MLS isn't bad." Like, yeah, motherfucker, MLS is a great league. It's a growing league. It's constantly growing. Like, who's to say that can't happen in Saudi Arabia? Um, so I mean, I hope Cristiano wins the league there. I think he signed a 2-year contract. I hope, this is my hope for him, that he plays 2 years over there. He finishes his contract, and then he comes to MLS. I think he'll be 40, but still in great shape. And I hope he signs for, like, I don't know, the LA Galaxy or something. That would be amazing, for him to play, have a 2-year contract. I know the travel usually on European players when they come over to play takes a little bit of a toll, and they have to get used to it. And then playing on some of the turf fields. I don't know if there's any turf fields in Europe. There might be, but I don't know of any. But I think for the most part it's natural grass. So um, yeah, it's definitely for European players who are not used to that, to the MLS travel, because in Europe everything is pretty close. So when you're traveling, it's like not that far. But in the U.S., if LA is gonna go play in Boston or New York, you know, um, that's a 4, 5, 6 hour flight. So we'll see what happens. Oh, real quick, did I mention that I'm the 2002 NFL Fantasy League champion? Did I tell you guys that? Do you remember? If you don't, now you do, because I wanted to remind you. Boom. Did you guys? I know this is a couple weeks removed. I think it's actually, what, 3 weeks removed, maybe? 2 weeks removed? I don't know, maybe 3 weeks. I think this is the third week because I think they were supposed to play on Monday. The Bills defender, Damar Hamlin. Did you guys see when they were playing the Bengals? I was taking the boys for a walk, and I normally talk to my brother. I'll call him and we'll bullshit. If there's a football game on and my brother's watching it, he'll tell me about it. So he'll be like, we'll be talking like, "Oh, hey, what have you done today?" And he goes, "Oh shit." I go, "What?" This happened in the game, or haha, moron. I go, who's a moron? And he'll say like, this guy dropped a pass or whatever it is. So we were on the phone. I had left the house. I called him, and that was the last game of the week for at least our playoffs. So we had already known, between me and Greg, uh, we were matched up for our Super Bowl. So on Sunday we knew that I had already won, and then this game had implications for the third place game. So I mean, Greg and I really didn't care, So it was like, our game ended, or our stuff ended Saturday, Sunday. But Greg was watching it, and it was early in the game, and Greg goes, "Oh shit!" I go, "What happened?" He goes, "Oh, one of the Buffalo defenders just went down," and he was talking about Damar Hamlin. And I think I remember saying, like, "Oh, who was it?" Not that I know, but Greg goes, "Oh, I think it was Hamlin." I said, "Oh," so he goes, "Yeah, he went down." I said, "Oh, was it like helmet to helmet?" He goes, "No." He goes, "It didn't look bad." Oh, really? He goes, "Yeah, it just looked like a regular hit." I was like, "Oh," but we didn't think anything of it. And then Greg goes, "Oh shit!" And I go, "What?" He goes, "Oh, the announcer just said they've been doing CPR on him uh, for like 13 minutes, and they had to use the AED." And I went, "What?" I was like, "Holy shit, dude! That's bad." He goes, "Yeah." So he said, "Yeah, um, they just stopped play." And then like it kept going longer and longer. And I told Greg, I said, "I don't know if they're gonna keep playing this game." I said, "I don't know if they even should." I go, "I don't know why the league is taking so long to make a fucking decision. Just like, yo, this guy almost just died. Like, nah." And then they ended up canceling the game. Well, they suspended it for the night, and then they ended up canceling the game. So they didn't resume the game. And then at that point, it was just like crazy. Like they were saying that those doctors saying that if you get hit in the chest right as you're like in the middle of your heart cycle, or your as your heart's beating, the beating cycle, if you get hit hard enough during it, it can send you into cardiac arrest. And I went, why haven't I ever heard of that? Maybe I have, I don't remember. I think that's something that I would have remembered, especially somebody who's played sports all their lives. All their lives, yeah. I was like, holy shit. Um, then some other dumb fucking morons were saying wild, stupid stuff about, oh, this is what really happened. Is it? Is it, Jacob? How about shut the fuck up? Are you a doctor? You're not? Okay. Go play with your dick. Relax. Just some fucking wild, stupid people throwing out, dumb conspiracy theories. So dumb I don't even want to repeat them because they're that dumb. I should take a hammer and just fucking bash their heads in. Uh but as of now, Damar has been released from the hospital. He was in Cincinnati, then he was able to go to Buffalo, and then he's been released uh, from the hospital in Buffalo. So I believe he's at home now. But fuck, man, crazy. Like it was crazy. Like I started thinking about all kinds of stuff, and I started thinking about my brother made a good point. He goes, "You know what sucks? Like one of the things that sucks about this," and I was like, "What?" And he goes, "Dude, most of his family is probably back at home or at home somewhere, wherever they're at, and they have to watch this shit on TV." And I went, "Oh fuck." I went, "You're right." And I thought, man, like that resonated with me because I thought, like, I started thinking about my friends who are professional athletes, and I started thinking, God forbid that were to happen to them. And I started thinking, oh my God, like, as a parent, like, how, like, to know that their parents are watching this shit on TV, like, they're not even there. I was like, oh my God. It was, yeah, it was crazy. But I hope Damar Hamlin comes back stronger than ever and steps on that field like nothing ever happened, because that shit was fucking insane. So on my flight to Maui, a passenger destroyed the bathroom right? I was up by one of the doors, my area, and this lady comes out of the bathroom and she goes, you might want to clean the bathroom because it's really disgusting. And I looked at her and I went, I don't know what to tell you. People are gross. And she goes, you're going to clean it, right? And I went, no. She said, well, I thought you're supposed to clean it. And I go, they don't pay me enough to deal with poop everywhere, because she said there was poop on the toilet seat and there was poop on the floor. And I go, no. And she goes, so it just has to stay like that? I go, no, it doesn't have to stay like that. I said, whoever goes in there now, either they're going to have to be careful or that person's going to have to clean it up. I go, I'm not. I said, I'll give them gloves. I said, I'll give you gloves. I'll give you some cleaning stuff if you want. I said, but I'm not doing that. And she goes, oh, I thought that was your job. And I go, no. I go, I will put paper towels in the bathroom if they run out. I will put toilet paper in the bathroom if it runs out. That's about it. I'm not cleaning up somebody's shit. And you might be asking, maybe it was a little kid. It wasn't a little kid. Because there was a lady that went into the bathroom. She came out and everything was fine. Then there was a grown-ass man who went into the bathroom, came out, and then the lady who asked me to clean the bathroom, she went in, and then she said that there was shit on the toilet, like on the toilet seat and some on the floor. So I knew it wasn't a little kid. And then after the lady that told me about the poop in the bathroom, there was a grown man who went in there barefoot. Did you hear what I just said? Yeah. He went in there barefoot and had to have stepped in the poop that was on the floor in the bathroom. That's why never, ever go to the bathroom barefoot or with socks. Want to know why? Because that shit is disgusting. It's gross. I don't know why people do that. It's one of the grossest things. Even when I come back home, I will make sure the bottom of my shoes, whether it's whether I'm flying for fun or work, I make sure that the bottom of my shoes are clean. I've gone as far as I'll put gloves on. I take either Clorox wipes or the disinfectant wipes that we pass out. I open them and I will clean the bottom of my shoes right before I leave the plane. Then I've done it where when I get into my hotel room, like I have a little area, I walk over there and then I clean the bottom of my shoes, because people are fucking disgusting. Because think about it. That person who pooped on the floor or got poop on the floor probably was walking, like they tracked the poop back to their seat. So now it's on the carpet on the plane. And then I'm walking around on said carpet, walking up and down. It's disgusting. It's fucking gross. That's why when I see people with their shoes off and they're walking around to the bathroom, like, ew. When I see parents letting their kids go to the bathroom with no shoes or socks, I'm like, you're fucking insane. Like, what's wrong with you? And the thing that really gets me about parents that let their kids do that is 7 out of 10 times, these are the same parents that they'll say, oh, we're passing out snacks. They go, oh, is that gluten free? Because my kid can't have any. They need to have gluten free stuff. Oh, we'll take some milk, but only oat milk because my kids are real particular about what they can put in their bodies. We're like, no, like, this has all the gluten, or no, we just have regular 2% milk, or no, we don't have whatever it is that you're trying to look for because it's an airplane. This is not a restaurant. And they get very offended. Oh, I just don't understand why you guys don't have healthier options. Because we're on a plane, and you, as the adult, could have purchased these things and or brought them with you, but you decided not to. And now you're putting the responsibility on us. And now we're telling you, and I look at them like, are you fucking high? No. You think we have almond milk on this bitch? Or, you are stupid. You are stupid because we don't have almond milk. What airline, at least, what American airline do you know? What American air carrier carries almond milk? Because I don't know of any. And if there are out there, good for them. We don't. So, yeah. Also, I think it's weird when parents show up with a baby and then they say, I need milk for my baby. And we go, we don't have any. And then they get mad at us and they go, what do you mean you don't have milk for my baby? They didn't give us any milk? You're supposed to have milk. Well, technically, no, we're not supposed to. We should if we're offering it as a beverage, but we don't offer milk as a beverage. We have milk on board for the coffee, for the tea, for cereals if we have them, but milk is not a drink choice. This this lady one time, I gave her a whole bag of creamers. I don't know how many were in there, but she opened like 50 creamers, put it in her daughter's bottle, and gave her creamers. Now, I don't know milk stuff, but I don't think you're supposed to give a baby 50 creamers. I don't know. I don't know if you're supposed to or not, but I wouldn't give my son 50 fucking cream. I wouldn't give him one. I just think that's. I was like, okay. But I can't tell them what to do with their kid. That's their kid, not mine. Yeah, so this lady, yeah, she was very perturbed that I didn't clean the bathroom. She said, well, maybe I should write in and tell somebody. I go, okay, you could. She said, you are more than welcome to. And I gave her my name and I said, when you write in, make sure you have the flight number. Um, and they will know when you give them my first name, they will know, hey, I talked to Jesus and he said. And then she got mad at me because I said, she goes, what's your name? And I said, my name's Jesus. She was like, it's not. And I go, it is. She goes, your name's Jesus? And I go, now I'm offended because you're telling me that I'm not giving you my real name. I go, that's very rude of you. You asked me a question, I answered it, and now you're getting mad at me? She was like, I've never heard of anybody with the name Jesus. And I go, you have. You just, like, you're not thinking right now, but you have. I've also done this thing recently where I'm not. No, I am. I'm rude to passengers who are rude to me. And I don't, like before, when I was like from year 1 to year 5, I was like, oh, I can't be rude back. Like, ooh, or I shouldn't say this, or ooh, I shouldn't say that. Then at like year 5, 6, 7, 8, I was like, like if you're nice to me, I'm super nice to you. There's plenty of passengers who tell me, oh my God, you've made the flight enjoyable, and thank you very much. And I go, of course, that's my job. That's what I signed up to do. But when somebody's blatantly rude to me, especially now, I'm like, nah, I'm not gonna go, oh, I'm sorry, or I don't mess with that shit anymore. Like if something happens on the plane and somebody goes, oh, this happened, I go, that sucks. But I don't say I'm sorry anymore because I'm not the one that caused that. Like when people say, oh, you guys lost my bag. And I go, I didn't do anything to you. I just got here. This is the first flight of the day for me. Or I'll say something like, when somebody goes, you lost my bag. I go, I'm not a ramper. That's an impossibility for me to lose your bag. I never had possession of it. So I can't lose something that I never had possession of. I don't even know what your bag looks like. And people look at me very confused, like, well, what I meant was, well, maybe you should say that. Maybe more people should be more meaningful with the words they say, or the phrases they say, or the statements they make. I don't know a lot of these people. A lot of these people I don't know. They're strangers to me. So if they go, you lost my bag, I don't know if they mean I lost the bag. I don't know if they mean the company lost the bag. I don't know if they mean I don't know what they mean. The only thing I get from that phrase is, you lost my bag. I didn't lose anything. Are you high? Um, yeah. I don't know. I went on a tangent on that one. Woo. Oh yeah, this one. I've noticed more of my coworkers, pilots and flight attendants. They have stickers over their iPads. Let's see. They have stickers over the iPad camera, the iPhone, or not just the iPhone. So on like iPads, laptops, phones, the cameras, they have stickers on the camera. And I've asked some people, I go, oh, is that on purpose? And they go, yeah. I go, oh, why? And they say, well, because they could be watching. And I said, who is watching you? They say, usually it's, they'll say they. I go, I don't know who they is. Some people have said the company will watch them. Well, you don't want the company watching you. And I go, okay. I don't have anything to hide, number one. Number two, they're not going to see much because I don't have my, work phone or laptop or iPad, whatever. I don't have that shit pointed at me all the time. It's in my bag, off. And people go, well, they can still hear you. And I go, okay. I mean, I'm either snoring, farting, peeing, laughing, or talking ridiculous bullshit to myself or to a friend. And then other people will say the government. It's the government. Okay. I'm not very interesting. Even let's say even if they were, it's going to be very boring for whoever's on the other end. And I think it's weird that people think that. And I think it comes from, my opinion is, it comes from everybody wanting to feel special or feel like they know more information than anybody else. So it's like, oh, somebody must be watching me. No, motherfucker. Nobody's watching you. Nobody cares about you. Nobody knows about you. The people that know about you are the people that you know. That's it. Some stranger 400 miles away does not care about you. Like it's not a thing. And then it's that like I don't know, it's just stupid. To me, I think it's fucking stupid. When people tell me that, I'm like, "Okay, Susan. Yeah, the government and or the companies watching you." No, they're not. Don't be stupid. Oh, yeah, that's right. Um okay. So this guy, this old guy. I don't remember where I was going. It was him and his wife. We're serving drinks and we're towards the back of the plane. And I go to hand his wife her drink. So I wear long sleeves because of my tattoos. I don't know why that's so hard for me to show you. Anyways, I wear long sleeves, and when I move my arms, when I'm handing people stuff, when I'm reaching this, that, whatever, you can see my Luca tattoo for sure. My fighter tattoo, sometimes you can see just that. But for the most part, I don't think I've ever, like, it, I don't think it's ever slipped out. Like, I think maybe the sleeve goes to here. Um, but my Luca tattoo, for sure, like, people see it. You can see it when I'm working and stuff. So I hand the lady at the window, because it was, like I said, the husband and wife, they're in a row of three, but it's only the two of them. So the wife was sitting at the window, the husband sitting in the aisle. I hand her the drink, and as I'm handing her the drink, the husband sees my Luca tattoo. And I see him look at it, and he looks and he gives me this weird look. I give him his drink. As I'm handing him the drink, you can see it again. And he tells me, he goes, you know, you're going to go to hell. And I went, excuse me? And he goes, aren't you afraid of going to hell? You have a tattoo. And I went, and at that moment, I thought, do I say something or do I not? What I probably should have done is not say anything. Just maybe laugh it off, ha 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 ha, or not say anything at all and just move. I didn't. I I got bothered. I got bothered. So I look at the guy. So I'm facing. So he's right here to my left. I'm in the aisle. I just gave him his drink, him and his wife. And now I turn to him, and I put one arm on the headrest that's in his seat, and I put the armrest. I put my arm on the armrest in front of him, and I look down at the guy, and now I'm kind of like standing over him, and I did that on purpose. And I tell him, first off, I don't believe in heaven or hell. I said, I don't believe it. I don't get it. So that doesn't affect me at all. I said, number two, let me tell you a quick story. So I go into um, why I have the tattoo. And I proceed to tell him about, AJ and Megan and Luca and what happened and how Luca he's no longer with us. And I tell him I have his tattoo to honor Luca. I go, and I'm very fortunate that when I'm at work, I get to hang out with Luca. Not a lot of people get to say that. I go, I'm very fortunate that I'm in the clouds, in the sky, and I feel like I get to hang out with him. And his wife is like, and I didn't do it to make anybody cry. I just wanted to tell this asshole of an old man that told me, aren't you afraid you're going to go to hell because you got a tattoo? No, you dumb fucking moron. So then I tell him, you seem to believe in God. I go, tell me how fair it is that an innocent child, my friend's son, how fair is it that he passed away as a baby, as a brand new baby? Like it didn't, he didn't, all he knew, well, I don't know if all he knew was, but I mean, I can only assume all he knew was pain. An innocent baby passes away. And I tell him, I, as a grown man, at 29 or 30, I was diagnosed with cancer, and I'm still here now. I survived that. I get to continue my life. And I've been kind of a piece of shit. Not kind of. I've been a piece of shit. And I get to survive, and I get to continue to live my life. I go, sir, tell me how that's fair. Then his wife smacks him. And I told him, I said, maybe next time, don't say something stupid like that to somebody. That's my suggestion. That's all. I look at the wife and I go, hey, if you need anything else during the flight, you let me know. I got you, okay? She's like, thank you very much, sweetie. Like, yeah. And we pushed back. And then the flight attendant who I was working with, she was like, oh my God, I heard a little bit. And I was like, so I told her, what happened. But I was like, what asshole has the audacity to tell, there's shit in life that I see, in my personal life, at work, that I don't necessarily agree with, but I don't tell people, hey, hey, you shouldn't be. The only time I say shit like that is if it's something blatant in front of me where somebody's gonna get hurt and or I'm gonna get hurt. I'll say something. I'm like, hey, motherfucker, what are you doing? But to just say that shit to somebody, I was like, yo, don't. That's don't do that. Don't do that. And I'll end with this. I was at the Y. Speaking of, I don't tell people anything, and then now I'm gonna tell you how I told somebody something. I was at the gym last week. Went to the Y. And when I'm there, when the young kids are there, there's a lot of what I call fuck around time. There's these over here at the Y. I go to the one over at, I think it's Lakeshore, the one by the hospital, Franciscan. It's a beautiful YMCA facility, updated, very nice. But certain days, certain times, you have a bunch of the, which I assume are middle school, high school kids, and there'll be like 3 to 6 guys all working out together on one machine. And instead of like getting out of people's way, they get in the way. It's it's stupid. The times that I've had to tell these kids, "Hey man, you might want to back up. Like I don't want to drop 225 pounds on you because you're riding my ass." It's weird to have to tell somebody that or whatever. Like, "Hey, I'm doing this and you're in the way. Can you?" And they look at me like, "Okay." Like, "No, no, no. Stay right where you're at. Let me knock you out with these weights. I mean, if you're cool with it." So I'm doing my ab workout, and this old guy comes over, and he's right behind me. Now, the gym was very packed, and I found a little space to do my workout. I wasn't in anybody's way. Nobody was in my way. But this old guy comes over and gets right behind me. I'm doing planks. And I'm doing planks and I look down and I see him like walk behind me. Now, as he's walking behind me, the only thing behind me is the wall. So I stop doing the plank and I look at the guy and now he's stretching by the wall, by the window. And I'm like, so I tap him. I go, "My man, um, I don't know if you saw, but I'm right here in this area." He goes, "Yeah, I know. Oh no, I'm just right here. I'm out of your way." And I go, "No, you're not out of my way." I said, "You're actually in the way." And he goes, "No, I'm not in the way." And I go, "You're in, I'm telling you you're in the way. So kindly fuck off," is what I told him. I was like, how do you walk into my space and go, "Oh, this is mine now"? No. So I told him, I said, "Sir, you can kindly fuck off and find another place to work out." He turns, starts stretching. So I I I didn't push him, but I tapped him quite hard. He goes, "Don't touch me." And I go, "I'm gonna touch you if you continue to be in my space." I go, "This is my space. Get the fuck out." So he goes, "I'll help you find another space." And I go, "I'll help you find another space, my man. Get the fuck away from me." So then he was like, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna go tell one of the staff." I go, "Yeah, go bring one of the staff members over here. I'm gonna tell them how fucking stupid you are." And then as he's walking away, I was like, "Fucking moron." I was like, "How does one grown adult have to tell another fucking grown adult how to act? This is stupid." I was perturbed. That is when I'll say something. And I did. And with that, I will end the show. Guys, thank you very much for coming back. I appreciate it. Remember, share, like, subscribe, tell everybody you know to listen to The Jesus Show, not that one. And I'll see you next week.